Homemade lactose-free cottage cheese. Welcome to Rain's Kitchen and Garden. My name is Rain. Today I'm going to show you how I make this easy homemade lactose-free cottage cheese. I use lactose-free milk, but you can use regular milk if you like. This recipe is so simple and the results are delicious. Here are the ingredients that you'll need. You're going to need 2 liters or 8 cups of milk. I use lactose-free milk. You'll also need 90 milliliters or about just over 1/3 of a cup of white vinegar. You need something to curdle the milk. So if you don't have vinegar, you could also use lemon juice. There are optional ingredients too. You could use salt, and if you want a creamier cottage cheese, you can add cream. To drain the cottage cheese, you're going to need some cheesecloth. I have butter muslin here, which works very well, but if you only have access to cheesecloth, you may need to double line it when you're straining it. The first step in making our cottage cheese is to heat up our milk. Now, I'm going to heat this up on a very low heat to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 95 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to whisk it occasionally just to make sure that the heat distributes evenly. The reason why we want to heat it to that temperature is to pasteurize the milk to get rid of any lingering harmful bacteria that might be present. Usually when your milk is close to your target temperature, it starts to get all frothy. So I'm going to give that another whisk just to make sure that the heat is distributed evenly. Then I'm going to check the temperature, but I think we're probably very close to 200 degrees right now. Fahrenheit, that is. All right, let's take a look here. It's at 190 right now. So I think that I'll give it another stir and it'll probably reach 200 degrees like in less than a minute. That was well said, Rain. Like less than a minute, eh? Me speak good. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we've got our 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Oops. Lots of steam. Yep. There we go. It's hitting 200 degrees right now. So what I'm going to do is turn the burner off and I'm going to take this milk off the heat. Now I'm just going to pour in my vinegar. The curd is going to start forming right away. So what I want to do is give this 2 or 3 gentle stirs. And that's it. See, the curd is starting to form right away. That's why we only stir it 2 or 3 times. So I'm going to cover that and I'm going to let it sit undisturbed for 30 minutes. Well, it's been 30 minutes, so it's time to start draining the cottage cheese. So I've got a pot here and I have a sieve right here, okay? And I'm going to put my cheesecloth on top of the sieve. And I'm going to gently pour or gently scoop, ladle, whatever you want to call it, the curd and whey into my cheesecloth lined sieve. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Hold on. Let me move the camera here. That's what it looks like. You can see the separation of the curds and the whey. Okay, that's what it looks like. That's what we want it to look like. Let me just be careful of my camera here. So I'm going to gently ladle these curds into my cheesecloth lined sieve. There are a few reasons why we want to do this gently. One is to make sure that the cottage cheese curds don't disintegrate. And the second reason is because We don't want too much whey to be drained out of the curds. I'm a cheesemaker, so I know a little bit about this. And when you drain too much whey out of your curds, what happens is the curds get really, really dry. So when we want a soft cheese, like a cottage cheese or a ricotta or a brie or a camembert, we are extremely gentle with the curds. We consider these curds to be dainty doilies. That's what we want to consider these curds to be. Really, really fragile, dainty doilies. If you're making a Parmesan or if you're making a cheddar, you don't have to be as delicate because we want the whey to drain, because we want a hard cheese as a result. You see what I mean? So there's a little cheese lesson for you. I've been promising cheese making videos for a while now. You know, I got all discombobulated this year with things that happened in my life, so everything that I had planned I threw on the shelf because I just didn't have the energy to do it. But I'm kind of back now and I feel good, so I am going to start making camembert cheese again, and I will definitely film that for you. Now that's a long process. In total, that's probably about an 8-week process. So, you know, it won't be a video you'll see next month. It may come out in the summer so that you can see the final product too. But once you have all the equipment, making cheese is really, really easy. Okay, now I'm just going to pour the rest in really gently because I want to make sure I get all those curds. Can I do this? Wait, I have to go to the other side of my tripod because my tripod is right in front of me. There we go. Now I'm going to set that aside and move this over. Where are the handles? Here they are. Move that over so you can see. Now what I want to do is I want to drain this for 30 minutes. You could do this over the sink if you didn't want to keep the whey. I keep the whey simply because I use it as a fertilizer for my little conifer trees, my little saplings that I planted about 4 years ago now. It's a really, really great fertilizer if you want to keep it. Some people make ricotta out of the leftover whey as well. I've never done that because I don't really eat ricotta cheese, but you could do that too if you looked it up. I'm sure it's quite easy. So we're going to let this drain for 30 minutes and then we'll come back to it. The next step in making our cottage cheese involves the sink, okay? So clear out your sink. Look at that. That looks great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently pull up the cheesecloth like that. Okay. And I don't want to get any water into the whey, so I'm just going to kind of put that on the side there. I'll remove this. And over here, I'm going to put on the cold water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it up at the top. I'm not squeezing because I don't want to release too much more whey. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour cold water all over the ball of cottage cheese as I gently press, okay? We're cooling down the curds here. And I'm gently pressing to help cool them down. I hope you can see this okay. That's going to stop the process of the whey being expelled from the curds. So I'm just pushing a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to transfer. I'm going to just kind of not squeeze too hard. Like I said, just push a little bit. And now I'm going to transfer these to a bowl. So there's our cottage cheese. If I break it apart a little bit, there. Now it looks more like cottage cheese. This makes about 2 cups. Now's the time when you want to taste it. You may like it just the way it is. I personally like it with a little bit of salt. I use Himalayan pink salt. I use a couple of pinches, just like that. Mix that around. And if you want a creamier cottage cheese, that's why I said cream is optional, you can just add some cream. So I'm going to add some cream. And this is really to your liking. It just makes it, well, creamier. Add cream, it gets creamier. So that's it, my friends. That is our cottage cheese. This lasts about a week in the fridge. But trust me, you might eat it up well before that. This cottage cheese is so easy to make and really delicious. It's a little more affordable than buying it at the store. Plus, there are no preservatives or thickeners in it. It's so much more healthy for you. And I think it tastes better than store-bought. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give it a like and please do subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to hit the notification bell for more home cooking. And don't forget to leave me a comment. I love your comments and I reply to all of them. And please share this video with anyone you might think will enjoy it. Thanks again for watching, my friends. I'll see you next time on Rain's Kitchen and Garden. Bye!